Well, as we hit the end of the year, we are looking back on what the 2025 market was like in real estate and, of course, looking at predictions for 2026. So Jim Bottrell, the president and founder of Jim Bottrell Real Estate, is joining us now with some of that. Good morning, Jim. Good to see you. Okay. You have the buyers. Is it a buyer or a seller market?
Well, you know, it's interesting you asked that. If you remember back in February of this year, I was saying that we're starting to see a change in the market. We're starting to see houses sit, starting to see houses not sell. And then by March, I announced to you guys, I said, we're in a market correction. All right, so market corrections happen all the time. They're 5 to 10%. And between March and August, it was a market correction. It was 100% a buyer's market. If you were selling your house, only 2 types of houses sold, diamonds and deals. That was it, all right? And then September happened, and September exploded, and buyers came out of the woodwork. It was crazy. And I thought, well, is this a one-off or is this going to last? Yeah. And what we've watched is November and December especially have been monster months. The market correction is over. Things have kind of stabilized. Prices aren't falling anymore. Houses are still 7 or 8% less than they were this time last year. So is it a buyer's market anymore? Are the buyers in charge? No, not really. It's not a seller's market either. It's kind of a balanced market, which sometimes is harder than anything.
Yeah, and how are rates affecting things now? Because they're still relatively high compared to...
Well, yeah, if you want to talk about those COVID things, that was a once in a generation or once in a lifetime event. That's not going to happen again. Still, a lot of people have those, what I call COVID era interest rates, that 2.5% interest rate, and that causes a lot of problems.
We're not letting go.
No, that's, you know, the saying I have is, I used to love my home, but now I love my interest rate. But that causes a lot of problems, which if interest rates come down next year, what I think they will, but that's going to start to open things up because you have that, let's just use the example, the little old couple that has had their house for 25 years, the kids are all moved out, it's 2 stories, 4 bedrooms upstairs, none downstairs, and they're sleeping on their couch because they can't go up and down the stairs, but they're not giving up their 2.5% interest rate. That's a real thing, right? So there's families out there that need that house, right? But these people aren't giving it up. So we will see interest rates.
They just can't afford to give it up.
Well, that's the thing. But as interest rates come down, which they will next year, and I can say that pretty positively because Chairman of the Fed, Jerome Powell's term is up in May, and Trump's going to appoint a loyalist, and we're going to see rates come down. So I think we're going to start to see those people moving, that they're going to get that house that better fits their needs if interest rates come down enough. With the interest rates coming down, we're going to see more buyers enter the market, right? Because they just didn't want to buy at high rates. I think as long as interest rates stay between 5 and 5.99, we're going to have a nice harmonious balance in the market. We're not going to see housing prices go up. We're not going to see them go down. However, if interest rates go into the 4s, which can happen, now we're going to have a new wave of buyers show up. We don't have the inventory form, and then you're going to see prices go up.
Oh boy. So do you think, I mean, because what we've seen over the last, I don't know, I mean, you could go back 10 years, but we've really seen San Diego rise as one of the more expensive marketplaces. I mean, it's...
We're first in that.
Congratulations, yes.
You're welcome.
The list we don't want to be a part of. You know, it's good and bad, right?
Yeah.
But do you see that changing anytime soon, or do you think it's just kind of... the genie's out of the bottle, we're not getting it back in, San Diego's just going to remain...
Yeah, genie's out of the bottle, you're not coming back in, housing prices aren't going to come down. You talk about these people that want to say, you know, politicians, we're going to bring housing prices down. How? I mean, you'd have to get a seller to sell their house for less, and they're just not going to do that. So the genie's out of the bottle. We are where we are. We do have a lot of people leaving California. So over the last 3 years, nearly 80% of all of my sellers have been leaving the state. So there haven't been that many list buys, which in the real estate term we call it a list buy. I mean, person, you know, if you're a real estate agent, you get a listing. That was 2 sales.
Right.
That was you're going to help them sell that house, and then nobody sells their house and rents, and you help them buy something. But for the last 3.5 years, they've been gone. But in the last 90 days, they're coming back. We are seeing it. We were talking about the staff meeting the other day, and I said, this is an amazing phenomenon. We're getting list buy appointments again. We haven't had those for years. So maybe as the rates come down, we're going to see those people move into houses that better fits their needs. I hope so.
All right. So overall 2026, a little bit more of a positive look.
I think it's going to be a great market, to be honest with you, especially for the real estate industry, because we have been in a depression. It's been rough. Like a normal month in the summer month is 4,500 homes to sell in the county. We've been living off of 1,900, you know, less than half. So it's been tough. I think that 2026 rates are going to come down. Buyers are going to come into the market. I think that we're going to have more people actually doing lateral moves, list buys. We are also going to see some distressed people come in, because it's another thing that I've seen is, you know, credit card debt is at a record high, credit card defaults are record high, car repossessions at a record high. I've seen over the last couple of months, we've had people that come in that want to sell their house, but the only reason they want to sell their house is because they have over $200,000 in credit card debt and they can't afford the minimum payment. So we are going to see more of that in 2026, but I think that number of additional sellers coming in the market is going to be offset by the additional buyers coming into the market because the rates are lower. So it should be a nice little harmonious market. I don't think we're going to go up too much. I don't think we're going to go down. If we see rates go in the 4s, we're going to see prices go up. But I think it should be a nice market with lots of activity, and thank God, because the last 3.5 years have been rough.
Have been rough. Well, I hope so too. Jim Bottrell, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch more videos like it, be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date in the latest real estate trends and developments. I'm Jim Bottrell, the Jim Bottrell Real Estate Team. I'll see you next time.